Hello there, I'm Mr. and welcome to a Smite preview of Nox, the new god coming out on Wednesday, they said, didn't they, Feldy?
Yeah, they did.
Who's also here, because he's gonna show off the new Rama skin. Yep, and I'm gonna show off the new god, and the Rama skin is coming out in this update as well.
Yeah, that's
as you'd expect. And there's also a couple new skins. There's a new skin for Agni that looks amazing, but you need to have 12 of the Odyssey items, which is quite a lot. And there's a new skin for Noir, which you'll get for some sort of YouTube promotion thing that they're gonna do
subscribing on YouTube.
Yeah, so they're the new skins in this patch. But this video is gonna be focusing on Nox. Who? Oh yeah, I need to choose her.
You need to select.
I do. I know. Okay. You can lock it now, Feldy. Now, Nox is a late game mage. She reminds me of a mix between Kronos and Changa.
Which I disagree with, but whatever.
Which I've now said twice now because we had to redo this recording. Because Feldy forgot to hit the record button.
Yeah, because I'm the one recording. Sorry guys, not my fault. Jesus, what am I doing?
Oh, you got Rama level 3. Okay.
Level 4 actually.
Okay, I'm wearing the Nox reskin, which looks amazing. Her normal dress is just black, but now it's red, so that's amazing.
It's more of a crimson type thing.
Okay.
Or maroon.
Now, how I would start the build with Nox, for now, she's still new. This is going to change, surely, within a few weeks, but normally mid-game, mid-lane mages, you start with Vampiric Shroud, like, as a definite, and then you'd go Bancrofts. Normally, well, I like to go Bancrofts, which gives you a bit of lifesteal, magical power. The other option you can do is Lost Artifact, which is the start of the Kronos pendant tree, and that gives you a bit less magical power and no lifesteal, but gives you some MP5, which is useful. And with Nox, I would start with the Lost Artifacts, even though most mages are start with Bancrofts, and the reason for this is, one, it leads into Kronos pendant. And for Nox, I think cooldown's really important because her abilities are very spammy abilities and she needs a lot of them to clear the waves. Also...
sort of like Hebo.
Sort of like Hebo, I see what you mean, yeah. So, yeah, she's like a mix of Hebo and Kronos. Okay,
Right, I don't know where you're going on this Kronos thing, but whatever.
No, it's just Kronos because she's low late game and bursty.
It's Kronos pendant.
Yeah, because Kronos pendant, that's exactly why. Yeah, and also because she needs to use a lot of abilities to clear the waves early, and go away. Because she uses a lot of abilities to clear the wave early, she might need that extra mana, 5 MP5 from the Lost Artifact. I don't actually know how much it helps. It might help her stay around a bit longer. I don't know. But I still think Lost Artifact is a better start for her than Bancrofts. For now. I'm going to change my mind eventually. Now, the first ability you want to max out is her 2, because to get the mid-camps and the wave. And nearly Anubis, apparently, because he's nearly dead. He must have run into my tower. The 2 actually has the most base damage out of your, like, 3 abilities. I'm ignoring the ult, because the ult's you're not going to use the ult to clear waves. But, yeah, but... You don't actually want to max out the Nightfall Raven, it's called, first. You want to max out your 3, which is this AoE like circle, which can't actually hit both waves of minions, but has like less than half of the cooldown of the 2. Also, another special thing, if you hit the 2, anything the 2 hits will apply the Shroud of Darkness, they call it. But basically, for 5 seconds after you've hit something with your 2, if it's then hit by your 3, the 3 will do double damage. So the burstiness of Nox actually comes from her 3 comboed with her 2. So the 2's like you initiate with your 2 and then you use her 3, and a 3 with double damage does a lot more damage than the 2 by itself. Even if the 2's got slightly better base damage and scaling, it doesn't matter. The 2 actually also acts as a silence. So see, I can silence Anubis, and that silence is works really well with her 3, because after I've silenced an Anubis. He's gonna die again. after you silence an Anubis with your 2, it means he won't be able. Well, it's not really Anubis. He can't get away anyway. Silence an enemy with your 2, they won't be able to dash away from your 3, so you're more likely to hit it. And the 3's got quite a bit of a delay, as you can see.
What does that show, Jolly?
What does what show?
You're talking about that Anubis thing. It shows that she's like a massive counter to like mages that can't get away.
Yeah, she's really good against Ra, and she's good against Anubis. I think she'd be great against Anubis, because...
Maybe it's not so much Anubis.
Maybe not Anubis.
I mean, not so much Ra even. Because Ra's good, like... Actually, she has her 1, which you can kind of, like, use when he uses his clue. Maybe.
Yeah.
It kind of helps.
I mean, yeah. Nox is sort of... yeah, I need to talk about the 1. The 1's a good counter to some mages like Ra. Because the 1, let me describe it, is this little shield that comes up for, like, less than a second. But if you use your 1 for that 1 second, for one like source of damage, you can mitigate 50% of it, and it actually scales all the way up to 90% when you rank it up. Even though you're going to be upgrading your 1 last, the 50% mitigation is really useful against things like Ra's ults that oh, Daito though. Like if Ra ults you and you manage to absorb it with your 1, which is hard to do because it's really short, the 1 comes up. But if you do, you manage to like cancel out half of the Ra's damage from his like ult, which is ridiculous because Ra's literally only got his burst from his 3 abilities, but like that's it.
I would like to mention that there isn't a Ra in the game, but whatever.
I know there isn't a Ra in the game, but I'm talking about generally, Feldy.
Okay. You could use Anubis as like a model for a discussion, but whatever.
Well, I can. Yeah, it's the same with Anubis. No, but Anubis isn't a good model for the discussion. My 1's really bad against Anubis because if Anubis puts.
Yeah, he is. That's my point. You can talk about him in that sense.
Okay, so the 1 can be really good against gods like Ra, but really bad against gods like Anubis. And why is Sobek always here? And the reason my 1's bad against Anubis is because if he puts his like 3 under me, which does damage over time. And then I use my 1, it will only block out 1 of those points of damage. Like literally, so I'll be saving myself like 50 or 60 damage at the most. Well, no, that's how much damage you do. It'd save 50% of that, so I'd only be like saving myself 30% of damage from the 1. Because I'd only be protecting myself by 1 tick of his 3, or 1 tick of his ult, or 1 tick of whatever Anubis' ability is. In fact, Anubis doesn't have any abilities that do like 1 massive amount of damage. It's like all damage over time. Even though he does do stupid amounts of burst. So that's why the 1's a bit situational. It's good against some gods, it's bad against others. It's hard to hit, so it's not very consistent. I think it's definitely the ability you want to rank up first because you want the damage from your 3 and your 2 does quite a bit of damage to kill enemies. I mean, in this particular example, I don't need the extra damage, but hey. And that's why in the late game she's got crazy amounts of bursts, is because of her scaling, and her scaling is amazing. Her base damage is low, so at the start of the game, if I hit her with my 2, that does 100, and then I hit her with my Siphon of Darkness, which doubles because I hit her with 2. That's 260 damage overall, like from the very start, which is about a quarter of their health, which isn't a massive amount. But in the late game, the scaling on these abilities, the Nightfall Raven gets like 50% scale. Well, we can see I've got Nightfall Raven gets 50% scaling. The Siphon of Darkness gets 40% scaling. So magical power adds a lot of damage to these abilities. So to make her do a lot of bursts, she can't just level up. She needs to buy a lot of items. So she's very good when she's got lots of gold. I wonder if she can ADC.
Ooh.
Cassilla can ADC. Apparently, like according to the pros.
Going, oh, mages can ADC now.
They can ADC now. Yeah, that's the honest truth. Anyway. So towards the late game, you can burst people down like as quick as Chronos or something else.
Have you talked about all the abilities then, Joy?
I've got through 2, 3, and 1. Now we have to talk about the overcomplicated ult, and I still got a passive to do, Feldy. Okay.
Go on then.
Her ult links to someone a bit like Aphrodite's Kiss. I will show. Oh my god! I never started that. See, my 1 doesn't protect me from any of that damage. It protects me from 1 tick of his ult. Anyway. Anubis, stop it! Okay, so I ulted him, and if he hadn't have died, it would have linked to him, and while an enemy is linked, ignore the fact that the cooldowns have all got a lot lower. Every time the linked enemy uses an ability, he loses more health.
She and she.
She. Yes, she. She's a god. She probably doesn't really have a gender.
Goddess.
Goddess, okay.
Jesus Christ, Charlie. How sexist are you?
Don't know. So basically when I ult someone with this, they can't use an ability or they take more damage. They start off taking up this much damage, 160 plus 75% of your magical power, which is ridiculous. That's a ton. Like, I've only got 145 magical power, and 100 of it's transmitted to this ult, which is a lot. So the enemy would take 270 damage, first time I ulted him. Then every time after that he uses an ability, he'll take 270 more damage. So it's not worthwhile for the enemy to use abilities, he'll just kill himself. So this would be really good against enemies that have an escape, because let's say you use it on an Agni, that means he can't use his free without taking stupid amounts of damage. And I tried to link to Anubis again, but again it killed him. I should really do that first.
Jolly is so bad.
Yeah,
So bad at preserving an enemy's life.
yeah, I know. Oh, she's quite good at getting mid camps, it seems. Because she can just use a 2 and a 3, and that's quick. Which is important for a mid. She can also maybe play in solo. The other thing about her ult, if you ult someone, and the person you've ulted uses an ability while you're linked to them, all your cooldowns are reduced. No, or put to... Wait, let's read what Ashley says. Yeah, every time an enemy uses an ability, all your cooldowns are reduced by 5 seconds. Of course, when you ulted someone, I don't think they'll be using very many abilities, so it might not actually be useful. But it's a further reason why the enemies wouldn't want to use abilities. So her ult can, in some senses, just be a crazy good silence. Hello, Feldy. And because if you use your ult on someone, they can't escape without killing themselves. If you've already got damage on them.
That's why she's going to be pretty good.
She is going to be pretty good. And she's also got her silence from her too. She's really good at preventing people from getting away. But
10 XP.
But well, go away, Gold Fury. Tip note. I do realise. Why in the picture is the Gold Fury kneeling? Okay. Well, while she's very good at stopping enemies running away, she's not very good at getting away herself, which is why I think she's not going to be very competitive. Because not only is she late game, in the early game, the assassins are going to gank
Jolly, why
her.
didn't you call her missing? You're terrible.
Oh, but did he really come all the way over there? The Anubis has given up on this lane.
Gosh, Jolly, such a bad person.
Oh. But she's gonna have trouble getting away from ganks because her 1 doesn't help her, or her 1 helps her escape a bit because she can use her 1 if they're gonna try and hit her with an ability, which is very unlikely. Her 2 doesn't help her escape except a small little silence, which isn't gonna do much. Her 3 doesn't do anything to help her escape. Her ult doesn't do. Her ult might help her escape because if you ult the enemy chasing you, they're not gonna be able to use abilities on you easily, or risk like being killed themselves. So she doesn't have real escapes. She has like partial escapes, but it's nothing like compared to Agni's. It's nothing compared to Agni's dash or Ra's slow or Janice's portal. They're all really good escapes. Nox is nothing like that. And at the start she's not going to be able to box these assassins or kill them, so she has to run away. She can't like try and kill them. She doesn't have the burst at the start of the game.
She's a bit like Anubis as well. Like she'd need sprint or blink.
Yeah, you'd need to get like combat blink or some sort of escape, not just beads. But if it beads is good enough. Yeah, so combat blink or sprint would be good on her. So yeah, she sort of suffers this. Like the reason Anubis is never played is because he doesn't really have an escape. He relies solely on his damage, and he's really squishy in the late game. so he can be picked off really easily. Nox is actually quite a good late game, so she's like the alternative to Anubis, where she's got a really bad early game but a good late game.
Late game boys.
I mean, you saw I was killing Anubis a lot at the start, but that's only because he's a bot. I mean, against a real opponent, I don't think Nox would be able to kill people that quickly. I mean, he was taking the Anubis was taking more damage from minions than me, really, and the tower he kept running into. And
obviously,
whoa,
Jolly,
no one saw that. No! I'm not doing any damage. I'm playing really bad.
Dude. So excellent kills.
Oh, I go for the treble. Oh, I hate you, sorry.
Could have got the quadro, Jolly.
I could have got the quadro. Anyway, I never spoke about her passive. Her passive is a pretty simple thing. There doesn't really synergize.
It's not that simple.
It's sort of
quite simple.
Okay. Well, basically, if 4 abilities are used around her area, it doesn't actually say what the radius is, but... Oh, no, it is. It's 80 foot. So any enemies within 80 Smite units away from you in the feet.
80 feet, Jolly.
Yeah, but it's Smite units because it's not literally 80 feet. You're a video game.
Oh.
Okay. Who knows how long it actually is. But anyone within an 80 foot radius, if they use an ability, these candles in the bottom left of my screen light up. And if all 4 light up, the next ability I use uses no mana. So it gives her a bit of sustain in the laning phase. And also a bit more sustain in the team fights. And that's about it. It also anti-synergizes with her ult, because when you use your ult, the enemies aren't going to be using abilities. So. But I don't think that's really much of an issue. It just gives her a bit of sustain. I mean, what you want to try and do, because her 3 doesn't use much mana anyway, like try and get your passive up, and then that's when you want to use your 2, and that will help you save the most mana. So if you're a really good Nox player, you might try and do that. Otherwise, it's sort of just... It's one of those passives that just sort of happen in the background. You don't need to worry about too much. So that's everything. Now, me and Feldy are going to go through this voice pack and the voice pack of Rama.
Jolly got mid tower.
I got mid tower. I'm amazing.
Got 2 mid tower.
Oh, don't kill the Titan yet.
Oh, just got a mid tower.
Okay.
Not that mid tower.
Oh, so we can do the voice pack. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to show
What
off...
else are we going to do? So like, go away.
Why don't we just go to bait? Okay.
There's a Cerberus here and I can't return.
I'm gonna go do Nox's voice pack, and Feldy's gonna do Rama's new skin voice pack, which has its own unique skin. Anyway, so here are the taunts.
There's a reason people fear the night. Come find out for yourself. Do you really think
In fact,
you can
I'm gonna turn the
overcome
music
the
off
night?
because it's loud. Okay, let's try this again.
You're never truly alone in the dark. There's a reason people fear the night. Come find out.
Why is she
for
growing her
yourself.
breasts?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why she's doing that. Okay.
Isn't
alright.
it her hips?
Darkness from within.
No, she's growing her breasts.
Can't even see.
Alright, Iris, calm down.
Whee!
No, she didn't do that.
One who knocks. I meant
Oh,
knocks. I
jokes.
mean knocks.
I don't get that one.
The lights.
Oh,
yes,
it was me.
that was me.
She's so hilarious.
Banter.
Okay,
Right.
wait, now do her emotes.
Excellent. I am perfect in every way.
Perfect. Good one.
Do her laugh.
I
Oops, I
am
did
the
that one.
night.
Do her laugh. Standard laugh. Not very nice. Just to annoy
Oh,
people.
That one was a bit more.
It was the same.
No, it wasn't.
Was it not?
One was like more like.
Oh
No,
yeah.
one was more
Oh,
like sniggery, and then the other one was like.
oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
got 2 laughs. That's
Right.
strange. Wait, I didn't do a woohoo.
Darkness.
She just shouts darkness. Because that means woohoo.
Yeah.
And
alright.
then I'm assuming all the others are just standard.
Mhm.
Attack left lane.
Yeah, she sounds a bit.
Enemy missing. I'm building stacks.
Killing spree.
Oh, I've been pin protected. Fairly you do yours.
Right. We're gonna go through my jokes / taunt / emotes.
Be careful
Jokes
with the
first. Okay, Jolly.
Okay,
Okay.
go on, go on. I'm just
Right.
warning my teammates. You didn't
Jokes
realize the
first.
game's about to end. This
It's
is
fine.
sad.
Jokes first.
Hurry up.
I asked for a rifle, and they issued me this.
Oh, it actually is gonna win. GG.
Aw, this is sad. Okay, we're gonna quickly go into another game so we can hear it, because
Yeah.
we already
we'll
said we
sit
would.
spawn.
We'll cut this middle bit out, because we're genius video editors, aren't we, Feldy? Oh, and this new victory skin's new to the update. It looks amazing. The petals, for some reason. 'Cause it's like it's sort of Roman petals. And this is Nox's victory like animation.
Fortunately,
And
you
what-
can't see mine.
No, we can't
Who
see
knew?
this. Is your one good? I haven't seen that.
It's
Oh,
the
the
same,
blue eyes.
but just with his skin. So that they haven't changed it.
Yeah.
Field.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. We're gonna hear Rama now. Cool new voice back there. There were actually a couple of other skins in the new update. The Agni got a new skin for getting 12 Odyssey items, which is a lot, and so did New R got a skin for some YouTube promotion that they're going to be announcing soon. Hopefully.
Boy. Right. Jokes. Let's do jokes.
Do your
I
jokes.
see my shield regenerating after I take damage. Do a barrel roll. I asked for a rifle, and they issued me this.
As always.
My shield regenerating after I
Okay,
take damage.
that's all three of them.
Mhm.
As always, Smite with their amazing sense of humour.
Yeah. Right. Taunts.
Okay.
Can't hide behind your allies.
I like the taunt animation. You'd like float in the air.
These aren't your ordinary arrows. I'm coming for you.
I think that was all of them. Oh, he just goes ha. I was like, your love.
Hey, Jolly.
Yeah.
Gonna wave at you.
Hi.
Oh, the emotes.
Yeah, boy. Right.
Sweet. Woot. Woot.
Woot. That's the best one. The woot.
Enemies in left lane. Enemies in left lane.
So he's got really awkward to hear robot voice. Bit like Geb.
Yeah.
He's like Geb,
basically
isn't he?
some sort of, like cyborg. Cyborg warrior.
If we were gonna rate the skin, I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Quiet.
Oh, Feldy doesn't like it. Geb's skin's probably better. Oh, no, don't kill me. No, I tell you what the best thing about the skin is, Rama skin, is that each of your, like, your one is purple, is it? And your two's blue, and it just looks really cool.
Well, his normal auto attacks are blue, and then obviously
His one's, like, purple. And his ult's, like, blue. Okay, so it's, like, purple and blue. It's really nice to look. I do like that. It's a bit like all these futuristic stuff, like the Mercury Tron and the Geb one.
Attack the Cold Fury. Yikes.
Where I was like, oh no, there's two of them. This isn't fair. I never showed the Nox recall animation, and we're gonna cover everything. So
yay.
take a look at it. This is what she looks like when she goes back. Her candle like floats in the air, and she does like circles with her hands.
You also
How
get
do-
to see the Rama.
We're gonna see the Rama one, because
It's the same thing.
oh, why do you always turn away from me? What?
Do it again.
It
Oh,
didn't
I
do-
didn't move.
It didn't do the animation.
No, that
Oh.
was me doing that.
Oh, look at me. Okay. That's cool. You see,
Wait,
you
what?
just sort of hover in the air. It doesn't do the animation when you're on the fountain because you don't need to move anywhere. Oh no, it does for me.
It does, I glitched it. Watch. Don't know how I did it.
Well, did you go back and then just recall without moving? Glitch?
Middle tower is under attack. Your left
Not like I fully glitched it.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, look, I'm not moving.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Look, we found glitches.
Ooh, glitches bugs.
Or intentional
Glitches
stuff.
that happen like out in like 1 in 10 situations where you have to try to glitch it.
Yes, those sorts of glitches.
There's nothing else to talk about,
There
Charlie.
isn't. It's sad, isn't it? Okay, bye everyone. Oh no, wait,
Bye-bye.
itemization. We didn't do it in this one. Okay.
We did.
No, we didn't.
What are you talking about?
Did we?
Yeah?
No, we only talked briefly.
It wasn't briefly, don't.
That
Right,
was last
Billy.
time. No, it really was though. I'm getting
No, you
confused.
talked about the fact that I liked
Cooldown
Orc
was good.
Sash.
No, that was last time.
Oh, you definitely said that again, I'm sure.
Okay. Are you sure?
Go on, do it, I don't mind.
Okay.
Seems like a bit of a waste of time.
Okay, we're gonna quickly look at items. Because I didn't do it in this video. I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
An ally has been slain.
Chronos Pendant, first pick. Then I'd go Boots. And then I would go some Soul Pen. So Obsidian Shard or Soul Reaver. Help you burst down enemies with a lot of protections. And then if they don't really have... Like, if they've got a lot of protections, Obsidian Shard's probably better. If they don't have many protections, Soul Reaver. And then probably go into Bancrofts or Voidstone if you really need the health. It's hard to know. It depends what situation you're in. Also, Breastplate of Valor might work if you're getting ganked a lot by, like, assassins. I would end with Rod of Tahuti as you do with most mages. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's probably one more item slot. So that's pretty much everything. Yes, it's sweet, Feldy. So, bye everyone.